back again with another comic book review. Something Man number 2. I reviewed part 1. Excellent. A good start off to something brand new. And the second one really builds on, I love world building. Oh my goodness. I could read a whole entire book of pure world building. I just love crafted worlds where you think about things and how does the economy work and how do the civilians do that? Was their infrastructure? How does their money work? I love it, love it, love it. If you're like me and you love world building, this is what you're looking for in a second issue, where it starts to really shape that world and you really start seeing how things work and how the gears of the society start to move. And I just love that. It's great. We learn more about the characters' missions, and standing up for it's just, there's some themes here that I really, really do enjoy. And I do like somebody, who's doesn't really have confidence, but they're going to stand up and do what they feel is right. And they're not going to let they're scared, but that's not going to stop them. And I love that. That is a message that I love in my stories, that you should be able to know what things are right and not to be just, oh no, I'm afraid to say anything or speak up or anything. You have to, especially when it's a universal truth. And we do get some of that here, and it's sad. This whole world is awful in a way that if I lived in this world, I don't think I would want to live in this world. This is a absolute hellhole of a world. If you've ever read books like 1984 or Brave New World, you kind of get an idea about how this kind of post-religious, world of like, oh, it's all about you and your identity, but then it just de-evolves into just segregating people into classes. And even though they're saying they got rid of all those walls, they just built new walls to separate society. It's awful. We see a lot of it in this issue, and it's heartbreaking. So we open up and we kind of get a news break about what happened last time. Remember that one kid did a big giant explosion. Something Man showed up, saved the kid, but the rest of her team got literally wiped out. And I'm guessing they're saying it was a nuclear blast. So that kid, he's got that. If you can just emit a giant nuclear explosion like that, you're just you're a walking WMD. But this newscaster person, I'm assuming this is a multi-gendered person. I do like the design. It's cool looking. And they're like, oh, it was an attack from China. And then when we have to build up our guard, and then it's just fake news, literal fake made up news. And, 4 is what the heck? Before it was Russia, now it's China. And they just constantly change the news, constantly change the focus from one enemy to another enemy. It's just to keep the populace constantly subdued, saying that there's always this bigger threat out there. There's this big bad guy out there, and that's we have to stop the big bad guy. You're not one of them, are you? So you just got to believe in our way of life. And you don't even, this might be a world where you don't even know what's happening. This news can't be trusted. So China and Russia, who knows how they're handling things? You obviously can't trust this news outlet. They're going to just say whatever. But this is later on, and then she's talking dang, they didn't even talk about how my team got wiped out or anything. She's in the mess hall. And of course, everything is very factory-like. Everyone shows up at the same time. You got your food. And it is basically protein meal, just bug guts and worms. Technically, yes, you can live off of that stuff. But, there's no burgers and hot dogs in this world. Everything's going to be just here's your standard issue grub. Isn't it wonderful that we're all equal? Yeah, we're all equal and we all have to eat like this. She takes it, even though she says it's better than, the other stuff that they offer, but it's just basically just ground up worms. Cricket bread. I've seen people make this before. Yes, in a survival situation where there is no other protein, sure, a cricket sandwich isn't going to kill you, but it being your main source of food, when they could have other things. I guarantee you, I bet you more than anything, there's going to be rich elite people in this story who can have whatever they want. But this is good enough for you, the people on the bottom. You're equal, though. Your neighbor to your left is suffering just as bad as you, the neighbor on the right. But isn't it great that you're equal? So she gets her nasty meal, which is gross worms. And then we see this wheel of privilege, and there's like a ranking of privilege. I don't even know what I think it's funny that furry's on the bottom. Latinx just one above. I'm one better than a furry. But some of these things I don't even know what they mean. I don't know what the first one I think is female person of color. I think. I refuse to learn the alphabet mafia insanity. But there's this like constant changing levels of oppression and privilege, and they don't even know how it works. Apparently there's an AI that does all the algorithm here. I'm wondering how much of this is an actual AI and how much of it is just somebody pressing buttons and then they're just saying it's an advanced AI, and it's literally just someone making it up and throwing a literal dart at a board or rolling dice or something. Or just, what's popular today. Let's make sure all the gay and lesbian people should be treated better than the Latinx people. So we're going to move them up the ladder for a few weeks and then reshuffle later on. And you see this happening a little bit in real life, where things just kind of de-evolve from, a certain groups, their oppression levels. It's you got to care about Group A more than Group B. But last summer it was all about Group C. And although now we don't even talk about them anymore. We're talking just about Group A now. It's crazy. We're all human beings. We shouldn't have this different staggered levels of like, oh, who deserves to be treated better just because of past traumas. Oh my goodness. Nightmare. So she's like, getting her lunch and stuff, and there's like routines and everything's in a loop. But I do like the fact that she's looking forward to something. Like she's actually kind of happy because every once in a while they have a co-mingling day where it's not separated and people can just kind of eat together with their friends. She gets to sit with her friend, and it's this guy, and no one has freaking names. They're just like serial numbers. So he's 770. She calls him 7 and she's 4. And then they get talking, and it's super nice that she has a friend. And this is the part that's sad because he's actually super powerful. He can like create like just organic matter. They can just like make things out of stuff. So he has to wear like an inhibitor collar to like suppress his powers. And since he's male, they're going to force him into a gender reassignment surgery. Because if he's female, then he won't be as aggressive, and men are aggressive. And since his powers are so strong, it's the safe thing to do because men shouldn't be that powerful. And he doesn't want to. Obviously, he doesn't want to do that. And he's been trying to like get off the list. But look how emaciated he is, because they don't give him protein because protein builds muscle, and muscles for males is that makes them more angry and me. It's awful. God, this world is so crappy. But look at them sitting together. I love people who care about each other, and they're good friends, and she cares about him, and he cares about her. And it's just nice to see, even though you've seen our character, our girl here has gone through some stuff, just one issue, she's gone through a lot of stuff. But this moment here, things aren't so bad because I have my friend, and that can get you through a lot. It's actually, they've done studies where survival can be easier with 2 people. Because then you're fighting for someone. You're surviving for them. It's a human thing. We no man's an island, right? So it's nice for her to have this really close friend. And she's talking about it, and they kind of have to go through the motions because everything has to be almost scripted. She shares his food with him so he can actually have a little bit of freaking protein in his life. And it's just, worm salad. But look how happy he is. Look at this smile. I love seeing happy people. And someone who smiles like this is a genuine, kind, sweet, beautiful smile of a person who's genuinely happy to do something for their friend. That is paramount. I absolutely love that. So they kind of go through their little back and forth. And then she talks about like, how certain people get treated different and how he's being treated different just because he's got a strong power and he's male. So they're going to, put him through all this stuff. And then she realizes this AI, is watching everyone. She kind of gets in trouble because she's not supposed to be sharing her food with him. And then, goes through the motions, but she stands up. You got to stand up for something, right? So she stands up, and then she kind of talks a little back to the AI, kind of disobeys a little bit. And then she gets in trouble. She gets deducted an oppression point. Ooh, I'll take away your sparkly star off the wall. Oh my God, I hate this world. I hate this kind of. But she doesn't care because this is her friend. And then he's even like, dang, like what got over you? Like, why did you even do that? And she kind of remembers what the something guy told her, you got to stand up for something. And she kind of got that like inspiration, that little boost. I'm like, super cool. 4 is awesome. Look at 7. I love this guy. Right now, I just love him because you can see that he is suffering. He just looks awful, just terrible. But he's happy to be with his friend. And he makes her this little flower. How sweet. I want him to make me a flower. Beautiful. Even though his powers are being inhibited by the collar, he's still able to make this flower for her, which is super, super sweet. Look at that little face. Oh, gosh. Oh, now I'm just embarrassed. I love it. It's so, it's so cute and it's so adorable. And just seeing 2 people being happy together, it makes me happy. Remember her neighbor? The neighbor's like, oh, freaking weirdo. This lady's a freaking, oh my goodness. Then she has her little boy toy, and you can obviously guess what she probably does with this boy. You notice how he's kind of dressed like a girl, even though it's a boy. You can just imagine the things that this person does with that, her toy boy. Unbelievable. Gross. So you know she's going to get in trouble. It's like they're going to confiscate this flower because she can't really, if she puts it in her pocket, it's going to get destroyed. It's too delicate. But she still has that little something symbol, which is super nice. She gets back to her apartment, and then she has to get a little lecture from the AI. Oh, you had a little bit of an incident there in the cafeteria. And then she has to do the humiliation, the where you go through and they force you to apologize. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll think about what I did. And then it's like, you sufficiently debased yourself. Oh, okay, now I forgive you. This is like if someone says or does something and then they have to go on the humiliation tour on social media and then take the barbs from everyone just so they can like be back in their old place. Unbelievable. Kind of breaks down, a little bit more about how the society works in that way and how the AI makes these decisions. And we don't know, like she doesn't even know how all of this works. Who even knows? And she just knows terrible things happen to people here. Rumors about experiments and, forced gender reassignments and gene and cell manipulations, all kinds of stuff. And I do like the fact she's they say they call it hell, but she doesn't even know what that is because I guess all religion has been completely eradicated. So even the concept of hell, what is that? I guess that means bad, but they don't even know the concept of a heaven or hell. But she's kind of working up the courage to, I can save him from this gender reassignment surgery if I make him part of my team because he is powerful. And if I can talk the AI into, they call it mother into agreeing to hey, if I sponsor him, get him on the team, he's super powerful. I can use him to capture other people. And instead of doing this thing and stunting his powers, we can actually use him as a tool. So making him into one of the kind of the hunters as she is, but it will save him from that surgery. It's a lose-lose, but it's a little bit less of a lose, I suppose. Even she knows even asking is dangerous. But, she's willing to stand up for her friend. I love it. This is very nerve-wracking for her because she misspeaks or says the wrong thing. She can really put herself up a creek. You know what I'm saying? So she goes and kind of breaks down. Hey, mother, I got a question for you. It's about 7. If we can make him an important asset, instead of doing that to him, I'll co-sponsor him. And then, because she's been made a team leader and put him in the allyship program and all that kind of stuff. And then he can actually be part of the team and be really useful to us. Not, you can't sell it too much. You have to kind of make it her, mother's idea, not my idea. And you kind of have to play into that a little bit, but kind of she's like, oh, I'll think about this. I'll tell you in the morning. She agrees to it, which is nice. But, there's some strings attached. You know what I love? This art right here. She goes to bed. Look how beautiful this is. She dreams of this bird, this falcon, this eagle, flying through the sky, being free, reaching this blinding light. this is odd. Look at, oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. This is like, I love the visual medium of a comic book because there's no words here. We just have to interpret this. What is this dream or this vision or whatever this could be? What does it mean to us as the reader? What does it mean to the character? So that's cool. I absolutely love it. This is beautiful. She wakes up and then the mother's like, oh, we accepted your response to your application, but then she kind of has to, it's not just a full blown, like we agree. She needs to go on another mission. And if she's successful, they will agree to her plan of letting Seven like join the team. And then he won't have to go through the gender reassignment surgery. She gets teamed up with her neighbor, the one that absolutely hates her freaking guts. And she's like, F this, you're putting her in charge. And she's dropping the F-bombs. Like she's a potty mouth supreme. But even she needs to stand down to the uppers. They're like, hey, she's the leader. I'm going to put you in timeout, which is just solitary confinement. You don't have to use like these cutesy words for things because, oh, it's less threatening, but it's still a horrible punishment. But we're going to call it timeout. So there is another loose asset. Remember the last one was like a kid that had like energy explosion powers. This one is someone who can move super fast. Speedster. So they're going out. They got the mission brief. They're on the way to capture this kid. This is like a tough catch because trying to catch a speedster is always tough. And she's willing to take on this mission to capture this kid because by protecting that smile, even if it's behind a muzzle, you know what else this guy has? I'm assuming this is like her male counterpart, even though he has to wear like this muzzle. It's better to protect him the only way she knows how to protect him. And she's willing to do it. Awesome. I love it. It's like I said, it's a lose-lose because it's not like he's going to be free or anything, but it's better than forcing him into that surgery. I love it. And she's willing to stand up for it. That she made that decision. She is going to make it happen. So they're getting on their mission. Obviously, her neighbor hates her guts. Basically, he's like, oh, you're not going to get me killed. Everyone in your team always gets killed. And just talking major crap to her. And they're not getting along. They land. And I guess there's like these robots that were trying to capture this speedster, but they always get busted up and destroyed every single time. So they need to come up with a better plan. They're able to kind of corner him, but he always ends up breaking out. Then they start moving forward. She can sense him a little bit, but then they can see all the robots that were all destroyed in this last area. So obviously he's able to just beat these regular, like beat around bots. They're fighting. She doesn't want to be, near her. Okay, let's split up and look for this speedster. And then every plan she comes up with, obviously she hates it and they're always bickering and everything. She's like, well, fine, whatever. You go your way, I'll go my way. If you find him, let me know because she's able to like sense her with her power. She can kind of tell where this kid goes a lot because she's very observant. I like that. She's like, oh, seeing the path and how fast he moves and the way that the trash and stuff has moved around. You can tell that he's been through here a lot. Super cool. I like that. But she sees more of those something symbols spray printed on the wall. And then, she's like, what the world is this? Like it's gotta mean something, right? I love the mystery. It's super cool. You don't get to learn everything right away. It just makes you want to learn. It's like, I just want to know the answer. She gets attacked. And of course it's a speedster. She didn't even see it coming. Not steer girder falls on her. And then we get to kind of learn what her power is. She has very Hulk-like abilities. Whenever she gets angry, strong emotions, she gets stronger. But when she gets stronger, she gets more angry and more unhinged. So think like a berserker. Yeah, it's great having them on your team, but when they're swinging at everything, it could be swinging at you. And she obviously does not even like this girl. She doesn't like Four. Absolutely hates her guts. So I don't know if having her on your team would be such a good idea. But yeah, she's completely gone psycho. She even calls her a very bad word that you would call black people. And she's like, that gets you executed, right? She's like, oh, what are you going to do about it? There's no one out here listening to us. I can say whatever the F I want. I'm all for free speech. I don't like just being super gross and mean to someone for no reason, but okay, girl, you do you, right? Like, unbelievable. So she's like, well, we still need to work together. We still need to capture this kid. And then like, oh, she's got an idea. She sees a water line. They're going to bust the pipes and we're going to, trap them. which is a pretty cool idea. It's smart because if he's too fast, you're never going to catch him. They put water everywhere. They have a taser, and when he comes through, they're going to shock the water, thus shocking him. Okay, good way to capture this kid. And it's a little boy. She shocks him, and she's shocking him a little too much. And she's like enjoying it. Kid's down. I'm like, oh, good, cuff him. He's done. Oh, she decides to beat the crap out of him. Like, just pick him up, and he's going to be her punching bag. She's like, what are you doing? You can't kill the asset. Oh, I'm not going to kill him, but I'll stop when I'm done having my fun. Oh my goodness, she's gone full-blown psycho. And she even knocks back 4, and she's like going to town on this boy. Something Man grabs her arm. Obviously, he's super strong. Look how she got flung by her all the way across the room. Something Man's able to grab her arm and be like, hey, she told you to stop. So I got to know this guy's powers. What can he do? Is he super strong? Obviously, he knows where these kids are, so he can like maybe sense them. What's his deal? I got to know. But guess what? We don't get to know because bam, end of the comic. What? I got to know. I need issue 3. And lady, I do understand that she has her grievances. Yes, she's mad at Ford because she gets her position in this world just because of the color of her skin. That's it. They're like, even though she has like this power sensing ability, which is good, but they make her team leader just because she's a black woman of color. Yes, that's upsetting, but it doesn't give you the right to like drop the N-bomb on her. Like, really, lady? Like, come on. And then to beat the crap out of this kid who, you already caught him. What's going to happen here? I'm assuming there's going to be a battle between these two. We get to see some of his powers, I hope. Does she turn here? Does he grab the kid and run? Does she stay in that society? Does she... I don't know, because I don't... Does she become a good guy or not? Because she doesn't like it there either. Nobody likes living in this world. But is she so, I want to say, tired of that world that she's willing to turn on it? Or would she turn on everyone for a little bit better of a position in that world? Even though she hates it and can't stand it, would this get her a bigger position, like beating this guy and turning in 4? I don't know. I hope, oh my goodness. I don't know. I haven't known this lady long enough, but I don't feel like she would do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. I think she's so jaded. I think she's so, I believe in people. I believe in redemptions, but I don't know. Beating the crap out of this kid, even though he's already been like knocked out, and she's just like beating up a passed out kid. You don't do stuff like that. This is a really cool looking panel, but yeah, super fun. This world is awful. Awful in not in a bad narrative way. Awful as in if I lived here, I would want to probably just be dead. Even though I'm Hispanic and that would give me higher ranking in this effed up world. No, thank you. I never, ever want to gain anything from my heritage, and I don't want to lose anything because of it. I want everything that I do and say and earn in this world to be done because of my merit. That's it. Nothing else. I don't want anyone to be like, oh, geez, that guy, he's Mexican, so I got to be nicer to him. No. Be nice to me because you want to be. Be nice to me because it's the right thing to do, not because of any other reason. And I think, Ford knows that, but she's been living in this world and just hasn't experienced a life like that. I wonder if the Something Guy, Something Man lives somewhere, or there's some kind of safe zone. Obviously, he's saving these kids with powers. Where is he taking them? Is it like a, X-Mansion type of thing where he's like helping these kids train their powers and stuff like that? Or is it like, oh, it's like an orphanage? Like, who knows? I don't know. I want to know. I got to figure it out. I got to get issue 3. I got to see the next one. It's not out yet. That sucks. But the first 2 are out. Definitely go check this out. It's super cheap. The link's in the description below. There's also Forsaken Gods, which is a whole graphic novel that was done before. So you get a whole big story with that. This is single issues. But yeah, definitely check this out. It's great. If you want, world building, if you want something new, like I love the X-Men. Always loved them. That one in the 90s, I couldn't get enough. But I kind of know what's going to happen with X-Men stories. I kind of know what's going to happen with Marvel stories. This, I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know who the real big villains are. I don't know if there's any other heroes. It's fun to live in a brand new world and understand and get to know things and kind of figure things out. And maybe you get, there's going to be twists and turns. And that's what I loved about comics when I first started reading them. And you get that with this. You get that with indie comics. And I love it. If there's any other indie comics out there that you guys love, let me know and I'll check them out. If they got a Gumroad or, a Patreon or something like that where they have issues that I can buy, and they're cool independent stories with creators telling the story that they want to tell. That's all I want. I don't want the filtered version. I don't want the corpo Disney said I got to do X, Y, and Z. I just want the creator's vision on the page with as little interference as possible. And I don't like the comic books by committee. I don't like to see that there's 15 writers and 30 revisionists, and that's ridiculous. That's utterly ridiculous. But yeah, definitely if you want something new, something independent, something where you don't know what's going to happen next, definitely check out Something Man. 1 and 2 are both out. Go check it out and support the indies. That's where it's at, guys. Indies is everything now. Thank goodness for social media being what it is, where people can share their works and get a story out there that's brand new and independent. But yeah, share any comic books with me, independent stuff. I'll check it out. I don't want free stuff. I will go out there and pay for it. I paid for these comics. It's something we should support the artists, support the writers, should support just the idea of an independent mind. Even if it's a story that I don't like, if it was independent, I still will want it. All voices, rising water raises all ships, right? I want everyone to be elevated in the indie space. But yeah, still love comic books, love books. I love cartoons and everything else like that. So thanks for watching, guys. Do you guys want to see what happens next? Are you guys interested? I want to hear from you guys. Comments are great. Definitely follow Fresher Luke over on his socials. Everything, I'll have everything linked down below. But yeah, definitely check it out. Catch you guys on the next one. Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on the video really helps out a lot. It gets the video spread around more people get to see the videos, and we get to make more videos for you guys. So thank you, and we appreciate every single one of you guys.